This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Okay. Do you want to explain why you said Australia?
Yeah, actually, first let me look up her name. We should just do it now on the show.
Yeah.
It's not even as good as Welcome to Text Me Back, podcast that has a tagline. I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays.
And I'm Lindy West.
Listen, I know we're getting a little bit into Boy Who Cried Wolf territory, but today's another banger.
Yeah. It really is.
We're going to be talking about Charlotte the Stingray, a famous queen, friend of the show, and what happened to her. Should I spoil it?
Yeah.
The Stingray dies at the end. So
She died.
But we're going to talk
about
about her.
fraudster. She was a little bit of a fraudster.
She might have been a fraudster, but she might also have been the victim of abuse.
Shit. I wish I hadn't said she was a fraudster.
Well,
that's not
who
my
knows?
values.
We don't know. We haven't done the classic Text Me Back investigation into this mystery just yet. So we're going to be talking about Charlotte, who first came into the lore of the podcast during our live show in Seattle, Washington at Town Hall Seattle. And we're going to be introducing a new little piece of best friend lore to the world. So get excited. But first, we will be turning the harsh light of Segment P.U.B.E.S upon ourselves, because we are the ones who are using bad ethics and systems. So welcome to Segment P.U.B.E.S.
Segment P.U.B.E.S.
I'm gonna be honest, the theme song makes me want to use more bad ethics and systems.
It's so true.
It's so good.
That's how Satan gets you. It's because he's got the rock and roll music.
Yeah, because he's fucking shredding on a Fender, and you're like, oh, do I even need my soul? That fucking rips.
Also, just as you were giving that intro, I thought of another pube that we did.
Oh no, what was it?
We lied. And we cheated and we stole.
From whom?
From ourselves and Lady Justice.
Mm.
When we said that the Jardian song is the third best song ever written,
yes,
we left someone out.
We did.
Jardian song is the fourth best song ever made.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We forgot about Professor Dr. Freak Funk.
We did forget about Professor Dr. Freak Funk. One time with the Freak Funk. Cool. Hit him 2 times with the Freak Funk. Freak Funk.
Ooh, Dr. Bunk.
Freak Funk. We are the freak.
Do, Dr. Bunk.
Funk, funk.
Ooh, wiggly skin.
Stay on the ones. And always keep it funky. We are the freak. Okay, I can't do this anymore. I will.
To the bump. I can't believe we forgot to include Possibly number one greatest song of all
I
time.
mean,
maybe it just transcends the listings, you know?
yeah, I mean, it's like, why it's not fair to other songs
Totally.
to put it on the list.
Yeah. That's exactly right. It's like when I was a baby and my head was so big that it was off the charts.
Yeah. You were in the infinitieth percentile.
Yeah, I was in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, she's funky. She whips.
She's freaky.
She gets the people going. She's freaky. Mm-hmm. She's Conda-y.
Yep.
She's Professor Dr. Freak Bonk.
She's long and she's dead.
Rip. So that's a good apology and a good correction to.
Okay, wait. Speaking of pubes, is this podcast the angel of death for all the animals that we love?
First, I mean, they come in threes. First the podcast got Brenda. Which I'm still kind of mad about. I can't believe that the podcast
I'm
would
so
do something
sorry.
like that.
I know.
But then the podcast got Freakaconda. That was crazy. Because what did she ever do?
Right.
Other than be majestic and really big. Then they got Charlotte the Stingray, which we will talk about later.
I don't like this, Megan.
I know. We should.
I can't lose
talking about animals.
I can't lose 3 more.
No. Well, maybe it's just the 3. We got our 3, and now we're done with that. Podcast, can you stop? Is this podcast a Ouija board? Fucking chill.
Is this because we loved Satan's big riffs?
Is it because we think Satan rocks? What? Okay, we have some other pubes and some other corrections.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Here's mine. Here's one of my first ones. Okay, so we're trying to be better businesswomen. The thing about this podcast is that it's a business and we want you to like it and we want it to be, financially sound so that we can do it for a job, for real.
We're trying so hard to be BBWs.
Big
better businesswomen.
Yes, that's what I said. Mm-hmm.
We're giving it our all.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
In fact, if you just Google BBW,
our podcast will make sure you give that. I'm so sorry, this is not on the menu, but just really quick. I used to have this job, and the operations manager at this place was the fucking worst psychotic dick I've ever met in my life. And separately, like 4 people at this job had birthdays the same week, including me. So like the week of like June 10th through the 17th, there were like 4 birthdays in a row. And she sent out this email to everyone being like, we've got a big birthday week coming up. Get excited. We're going to have like a little party or whatever. And then when she sent the calendar invite for the day of the party, she just put BBW. For big birthday week. And I was like, I'm the only pervert in here. Like, what? I had to like close my laptop and go into the bathroom and cry laughing. I was like, not this bitch sending BBW in a work email. Oh no. And I was like, that is not the famous acronym. Ma'am. Anyways. So
I keep Googling BBW tips. How to become a BBW. And it's not really helping with the podcast.
It's not helping with the podcast. It's not helping with my birthday.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. It's so weird. So anyways, we're trying to be better businesswomen, BBW. And part of that is telling you where to find the show, how to engage with the show. And we have been doing a very bad job of that. And then 2 weeks ago, we set aside time to tell you all the places you can find the podcast on TikTok, Instagram at TextMeBackPod, on YouTube at Text Lindy and Meagan Back. The Gmail account is deartextmeback@gmail.com. We went through the whole rigmarole. And we did not mention that we have a phone number. The phone number, which we've been calling the best friend party phone, which is 703-829-0003. You can call and text us there. And I am doing my best to respond. And I didn't mention it. I completely forgot to mention it. And we got multiple text messages and calls being like, did you shut down the best friend party phone?
Never.
What happened to the phone number? And I was like, oh, fuck. fucking shit.
It's so many things to list for two tired BBWs.
It's so hard. You have no idea what we go through as hardworking BBWs in a male-dominated industry. So that was my pube. Is that we have a phone number.
Here's what we need
I'm
to
really
do, Meagan.
sorry. Yeah.
Here's what we need to do, Meagan.
Oh my God, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/textmebackpod. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's all the stuff.
Okay, but here's what we need to do. We need to just record it once.
I know.
And then play it every show.
That's right. We
Because
should do that right after this.
I gotta confess something. Pubic.
Yeah.
While you were saying the stuff just now, goodbye.
Yeah.
There was nothing behind these eyes.
No.
I drifted away. Far away.
Inside of here is soup. Inside of the little head space is soup. No brain. Just strony. Just strony.
Well, you know, a really high calorie soup, high fat soup like a broccoli cheddar.
Broched. Yes.
That's actually one of the tips that I found when about how to become a BBW. I don't know
Pick
how.
a high protein, high fat soup.
I don't really understand the connection
Yeah, it's
between
weird.
that and business, but that's what it said.
Well, what are you going to do? Something about thongs, too, which I thought was strange. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's your pube? How did you fail us this week?
I want to say that when we were talking about the Acropolis,
Yeah.
this was driving me up the fucking wall. I was like, what the fuck is it called when there's a bunch of temples in one area? And the best I could come up with was Temple Campus. And then as soon as we were done, I was like, Temple Complex. Temple Complex. Temple Complex. And I'm humiliated that I couldn't come up with Temple Complex on the air.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I couldn't remember where the Acropolis was.
It doesn't make me feel better because I hold myself to a different standard than you.
Yeah, that's true. I am in the mucky muck, and you're in the skies.
Castle made of
The
clouds.
standard skies. That was a bad pube.
I know.
You're a bad pube. I have another one.
Okay.
Last week we talked about the ballad of Joel Kim Rooster. A rooster who was on the loose in my neighborhood. A beautiful rooster, a Cochin rooster, in fact.
Cocaine rooster.
A cocaine rooster. And then, interestingly enough, a different Cochin chicken was surrendered to a different animal shelter, the one where my husband works. And we were like, who is dumping these cocaine chickens all over the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area? This is crazy. And we named that chicken Bohen Yang.
No. Oh, yeah.
The new chicken. I was like, we did.
I forgot. I forgot that I thought we named it Jennifer Aniston and then Bohen, but I'm stupid.
Yeah, we named it Bohen Yang. So Bohen Yang, we were like, oh, we got to get Bohen Yang and Joel Kim Rooster back together. They're clearly married, husband and wife. We got to bring them back together. We got to figure this out. The next day, it turns out Bohen Yang is also a rooster. He's not a hen. Lindy, would you like to tell the people what her name is?
She's the man.
What his name? Would you like to tell the people what Bohen Yang's new name?
Bohen Yang is a man. Yeah, so I came up with an alternate.
And
Crow and Yang.
They're so proud of themselves, the pun people.
Oh, you loved it. Whatever. Also, I love this is much more appropriate for Pride Month. I didn't like that heteronormative chicken coupling.
I know. I didn't like that either. Yeah. And who knows if they're even married? Maybe it's just like, serious but open. We don't know what they get up to.
But they do have sex.
Yes. I'm sex negative and I don't want any further details, but yes.
But they're not just gal pals,
No, they're not just roommates. So congratulations to Joel Kim Rooster and his husband / longtime partner, Crow and Yang. And I am sorry for being a pube and assuming that one of you was a woman.
I can't believe you did that in the 1 month.
The 1 month where that's illegal. Yeah.
Where we're supposed to assume everyone's gay. That should be the law of June. Oh, it's July. Never mind. Okay. Get out of here. Okay, guys. Okay, the most important pube of the day, of the week. Again, and this is actually from 2 weeks ago. Boy, did I beef the plot of Pete's Dragon. When we talked about the Dragon rankings, I couldn't have been more wrong. You know, in my defense, I haven't watched Pete's Dragon in many years. I did have it on VHS as a child, and I watched it. It was in the rotation for sure. But the details had drifted. Pete is not the adopted son of Mickey Rooney. Pete is a child slave who was bought by an evil family named the Gogans.
What on earth?
An evil, dirty family. Yes. And I remembered that the Gogans were chasing Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they're like the family from Goonies, you know, the
Fratellis.
Fratellis.
Yeah.
They're a proto-Fratelli family, the Gogans. And they're always chasing Pete. I don't know why they want Pete back so bad. I mean, I guess they make him
child labor.
They'd make him do child labor, but it's like, I guess they probably spent, I don't know how much an orphan in Maine cost in
1942 money.
Yeah. But you know, the Gogans are impoverished. They're not, you know, they're living a life of squalor. Mm-hmm. So I understand this was a big purchase for them. But so Pete, I don't mean to be blasé about this. I'm anti all enslavement of people.
Of
buying
course.
and selling of children. I don't like any of it. I'm just this is just fact checking the plot of Pete's Dragon. I'm just correcting the record. So the Gogans buy Pete from the orphanage. They make him do child labor. Pete escapes from the Gogans with the help of an invisible friend named Elliot. After the dramatic escape, it is revealed that Elliot is a great big dragon. Invisible dragon. Then Mickey Rooney is the lighthouse keeper in the town of Passamaquoddy, Maine. A famously rocky coastline. Very dangerous for the ships. You need many lighthouses. Mm-hmm. His name is Lampy. Which I actually did remember.
Okay.
Then there's a hot lady played by Helen Reddy. I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. By the way. Mm-hmm. She has a husband named Paul, which I also remembered because that was my dad's name. And I remember as a kid being like, nice.
Nailed it.
Dad. Or fiance, excuse me. I'm now looking at the Wikipedia. So, oh God, I didn't even remember about itinerant quack Dr. Terminus and his assistant Hoagie, who win over the gullible townspeople.
Oh God.
Okay, we can't go through all this, but
no, we can't.
all you need to know is that Pete's on the run from the Gogans. Lampy catches a glimpse of Elliot. He runs into the bar and he sings a song that's like, a dragon, I swear I saw a dragon. Cut that out. Allie, gone.
No, Allie, no. Leave it. That's our Pulitzer Prize.
a dragon, I swear I saw a dragon. And the townspeople are like, yeah, Lampy.
Lampy, you're drunk.
And I did remember that detail, and I can't believe I didn't draw the connection to our lore, which is that that's the prototype for frickin' what's his name in Big and Hairy, who saw a bear rowing a dinghy.
Yeah, he was all bent over. His name was
Picasso's friend,
Big and Hairy.
We're never going to finish this episode.
His name was, I'm so sorry. His name was Dexter. His name was Dexter. Sorry.
So anyway, all I'm saying is like this scene with Mickey Rooney, a dragon, I swear I saw a dragon.
Yeah.
That's the blueprint.
Yeah.
For Dexter.
Yeah.
It's really this scene in Pete's Dragon that brought us all hunched over the oars like a dog.
You can draw a straight line from Pete's Dragon to
To us connecting at last with our hero screenwriter Brian Daley, you know?
Love you, King, if you're listening.
Oh my God. He's definitely a regular listener now. So anyway, then all the other stuff that I said was right, where like the Elliot relights the light and then Paul doesn't crash into the rocks and then Helen Reddy and Paul have sex.
Jesus.
Oh, Helen Reddy is Lampy's daughter. I knew she had some connection to the lighthouse. Yeah. Oh my God. It's fucking star-studded.
Why didn't he name
cast.
her something light related? He didn't want her to be stuck in a life of lighthousing.
I don't think Lampy is his Christian name.
You don't? You're the one who beefed the plot of Pete's Dragon last week.
It's so true. Oh God, I just want to read. This whole thing.
I'm going to turn off the recording now.
Oh, that's right. What you know who played one of the? No, listen, you'll like this. You know who played one of the Gogans? Jeff Conaway, rest in power, King.
Was he the son? He must have been a baby then.
He's Willie Gogan, Merle and Lena's younger sadistic son. No, this was
sadistic.
The Gogans are sadistic. Are you listening?
No.
They bought Pete from a child auction.
When did this movie come out?
So you're confused. This is not a 1942 Disney classic. This is a 1977 Disney live action original.
1977?
Yeah.
When did Mickey Rooney die?
Do you know my dad met Mickey Rooney?
Did he?
I mean, they were like kind of bros.
We're bros?
First of all, Mickey Rooney lived hell along. Mickey Rooney.
He's still alive?
He's still alive. Just bouncing around like a little beach ball. He died when he was 93 in 2014. I know.
Oh God.
But when we lived in Los Angeles, California, when I was little, age 4 to age 8, 1986 to 1990, we lived in Thousand Oaks in Ventura County outside of LA. My dad played the piano in a bar called Tuscany. One night, Mickey Rooney came in and he was like, hey man, he made a request. And then my dad fulfilled the request and Mickey Rooney was like, amazing. Wow. I love your style. And they vibed. And then Mickey Rooney was like, hey, my much younger wife wants to make a jazz album.
Oh.
Will you come over to my house?
Did he say it like that? My much younger wife. My toxic age gap wife.
Yeah. Dude, you know how many wives he had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good Lord.
Yeah. He's like, my much younger wife wants to make a jazz album. So will you come over to my house and be the piano player? And my dad was like, yes.
Yes, I will, Mickey Rooney.
And then for some reason it never happened. I'm not sure why.
Oh, weird.
But I think they corresponded. They texted.
Nice. Sent each other letters and stuff. That's nice. Well, we'll get them next time.
Oh, wait.
Oh, go.
No,
good.
no.
There's more from the plot of Pete's Dragon.
I just feel like I need to say what happened at the end.
Okay, what happened at the end?
As Pete and his family watch Elliot fly away, Pete reminds Elliot that he's supposed to be invisible as he disappears into the sky.
Great.
Oh, I see. Elliot tells Pete. Elliot doesn't talk. How does he tell him that? Maybe he draws a little
telepathically.
Pictogram. Elliot tells Pete that since he has a family now, he's like Mary Poppins. He must move on to help another child in trouble.
Great. That makes
Pete
a lot of
says
sense.
goodbye to Elliot as he is told that it is the last time they will see each other.
Just doesn't seem logistically necessary. Just see him again. Who cares? Who is governing the dragon's business? Who is governing this dragon's business? Like, just
go visit your friend.
The Dragon Council is going to put you in prison if you see Pete again.
Right.
Fuck off.
Is it like what's that movie? What's that famous Christmas movie?
It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah, like maybe there's a dragon board of directors in heaven that tells Elliot who he can talk to.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we'll do better next time. As 2 floundering BBWs, we will be... We're working on it.
You know, Elliot's kind of a BBW.
He is.
One of the things I like about him.
Something to think about. And that's Segment P.U.B.E.S.
Achieving a gorgeous grin from home isn't a total mystery with Bite Clear aligners. Just don't be surprised if all of your sleuthing friends start asking, "What's your secret?" Begin by ordering your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95. Bite Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer flexible financing, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Okay, welcome back to Text Me Back. We have a sad segment now that we're calling Rest in Peace, Charlotte the Stingray. The famous segment that you know and love.
Segment sad.
Yeah, so Charlotte the Stingray, she came in like a wrecking ball into this podcast's lore. And you were the one who originally brought her to us. Is that not right?
I have no memory of that, but yes. A lot of people sent me this story. I think people know that I'm a connoisseur of aquatic life.
Yes.
And
big time ocean head.
Yeah. And I follow all of the subaquatic gossip. And this was the story of the year. Because I also like freak shows. And
yeah, who doesn't?
So this combined several of my interests. The story was there was a stingray at an aquarium in North Carolina or South Carolina.
North.
And she was pregnant with some pups. That's what they call baby stingrays. Only problem was she was alone in her tank. There were no other stingrays. There were no boy stingrays to have inseminated her. So this was a great mystery. We talked about it on our live show. Some were speculating that she had been impregnated by a shark, and some were suspecting that, life finds a way, and she had spontaneously impregnated herself.
Yeah,
such as much like as in the movie Jurassic Park.
She had gone full Goldblum.
Yeah, she had frog DNA.
She
called up BD Wong. She said, beep, boop, 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 boop.
She said, hello. I'm trying to find a way. You know what I'm saying?
So then I heard an update later, like a cryptic update.
Yeah.
Now, in my defense, I didn't look into this at all.
Why would I? Why would we?
We discussed like the bullet points.
Yeah.
Some might say the headline.
And some might say not anything that was in the body of the article.
Yeah.
That's
fine. Then later, I heard a sort of vague cryptic update that was like, oh, maybe, she's not pregnant anymore. Yeah. And maybe she never was. She was just a BBW. She planted the story in order to enhance her business profile.
She's a reproductive care consultant.
All publicity is good publicity, Megs.
And basically, how I recall it is we talked about it in a previous show. And then I kind of forgot about it because we talk about weird animals all the time.
All the time.
And then people were kind of in our DMs and calling in the party line, being best friend party phone, being like, how come that stingray hasn't given birth? It's been forever. It's like well past the time that a stingray's gestation period should end. And I was like, yes, of course. As a connoisseur of stingray gestation periods.
It's like that time when I feel like it was like Jessica Simpson or someone was pregnant for so long. And people started to be like, what's happening?
Are you okay? Go to the doctor.
And I think I was a Jezebel at the time. And then I remember we had to write some op-ed that was like, stop speculating about women's pregnancies. She's been pregnant a normal amount of time. And I was like, I remember being like,
okay.
I'm speculating. I'm the one
speculating. What's going on in there?
Come on.
What are you cooking?
For so long.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I just was like, yeah, that is weird that she never gave birth. So I was sort of like Googling it from time to time, but not really thinking about it. Either she somehow became pregnant on her own, or she was carrying half shark, half stingray babies because I guess there was a shark in the tank.
Yeah.
And that concept was perpetrated by the aquarium itself from North Carolina, being like, could be shark rays.
Interesting.
And that piece started to get people's minds worrying about the aquarium itself. Because it was like, what scientist would say something so deranged? Shark rays, really not possible. So like actual marine biologists and scientists were in the comments of this aquarium's social media posts being like, "This, stop saying this. This is not possible."
And aquarium was like, blocked and reported.
Yeah, literally. So literally, according to the press, they did start blocking any scientist who was like, "There's no such thing as a shark ray," and so that started to get people's hackles up a little bit about this aquarium. And it turns out it's not really an aquarium in the strictest sense of the word. Like,
it's a toilet. It's a guy's toilet.
Yeah, it's a guy's toilet with a stingray inside. No, it's something more than a roadside attraction, but less than an aquarium. It's like on this sort
roadside?
Of well-populated main street through like a relatively small town in North Carolina. But it's not like, say, the Seattle Aquarium, which is this enormous, robust building like right on the Puget Sound. It's huge, big.
It has public funding.
Yes, it's a legitimate research facility.
I have a suspicion. There's a tantalizing sign that I drive by all the time.
Yeah,
out here near where I live. When I drive through the city of Bremerton, there's a sign on the highway, the kind of sign that might say Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Chevron, and it says Bug Museum. And I bet Bug Museum is the same as this aquarium.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Go check it out and report back, please. So some scientists were in the comments just being like, "Ma'am, hello? First of all, why has this stingray not given birth yet? And second of all, stop saying that it's a shark ray, that she's pregnant with some sort of shark ray X-File type of deal. Like, stop saying that." And so they stopped saying it, but they never retracted the claim. They never were like, "We were just fucking with you when we said it was a half shark, half ray." But this aquarium made like a ton of money. Like, they were selling I Heart Charlotte shirts, and they had like a wish list on Amazon for the stingray's nursery for when she gave birth. And at one point, to like prove the haters wrong, they were doing like live ultrasounds of the stingray and like really trying to hammer home the idea that this Charlotte was actually pregnant. But nobody could really actually confirm it.
That's straight out of the BBW playbook.
I know. She's a sensational businesswoman. So I just wanted to share something that a marine biologist named David Schiffman told the press in response to these claims that she was pregnant with a shark baby. Dr. Schiffman says, "If a human tried to mate with an anaconda, a lot of things would probably happen. But one of those things would not be a half human, half anaconda baby."
I beg to differ.
How dare you? First of all, thank you for
First of all, a human did try to mate with an anaconda. He wore his best dress shirt.
Freakaconda would beg to differ. Talk about freak bonk. Okay, stop hating. All right. This is Human Anaconda Pride Month, David. So I just really wanted to share that because I was like,
I can't believe.
How dare you?
Cosmic convergence once again. Why would he say anaconda?
Why on earth would, of all the animals a human could have weird reproductive sex with, he picked an anaconda?
Okay, so it's not real. They made it up.
It seems like it. I mean, I guess there's still a possibility that she had the parthenogenesis, which is that she asexually reproduced. I guess that is possible. And that did happen on an episode of House. So we know that it's possible.
Definitely possible. Maybe we should do an addendum to Segment P.U.B.E.S because we were part of the problem.
We were maybe a little bit. We didn't read the article.
But the article was lying.
Just a guess. It could have been. I don't know. I didn't read it.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's true.
I know I should learn something from this, but I won't. I'm not going to read the article.
I'm just not sure what to learn,
Anyway.
She's dead now. So she died?
As we already pointed out, she died.
Why?
They claim she died of a rare reproductive disorder, which may have made it appear as though she was pregnant when she actually wasn't. But nobody knows for sure because this aquarium is fucking weird.
It's crazy that it's probably legal for a stingray to get an abortion.
Yeah, good for her. She's the only person in North Carolina who's allowed to get an abortion. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what the laws in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But there are 14 states where there are bans on the books. And so Charlotte the Stingray has more rights than the women and pregnant people of 14 states in the United States of America. Well, she did when she was alive. No, she's dead.
Rock on.
Rock on, Charlotte.
But she was the victim of an abusive roadside toilet. I'm so sorry, Charlotte. And
I am.
And then we sent throngs of our many, many North Carolina listeners, probably thronged to your
literally twos of listeners
to bother you.
So sorry, babe.
And we were part of that. And I don't actually think it's okay for any animal to die. So I don't support the death of Charlotte the Stingray. And I don't know why I'm defending myself against that accusation, because nobody suggested that.
Nobody did say that. Nobody did write in to the various methods where you can contact us.
Oh, what are those, Meagan?
Lindy's fault. I'll tell you. Thanks for asking. Charlotte would have wanted this. As a fellow BBW, Charlotte would have wanted me to share that you can reach out to us. Best friend party phone, 703-829-0003. You can text or call. You can email us at deartextmeback@gmail.com. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at textmebackpod. Lindy's gone. Lindy is switching her mind back into sleep mode. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod. And we have a YouTube at Text Lindy and Meagan Back. Smash that like and subscribe button, please, and thank you. And rest in peace, Charlotte. I don't have a song prepared for her.
But didn't we have another story? Wasn't there another snake story that was, remember?
Oh, yeah. And I feel like I already wrapped up the segment.
It's okay. Do it. I want to hear it.
I didn't read the article for this
but
one.
But what was it? Vaguely.
It was like a man. There's a snake who is a man who is now self-impregnated.
He's what?
He's self-impregnated himself. So there's a man.
It's just a male snake.
It's a man. No, it's a snake.
There was a half snake, half man.
No. There's a male snake who asexually reproduced, so it was like a double whammy.
That can't be possible.
Well, that's what they say. J.K. Rowling is inconsolable over this.
Nagini, no!
No, Nagini! I thought you were a woman.
Pregnant male snake.
Yeah.
Let me just read you what this AI summary in Google that Google's giving me. Declared male 9 years ago by a vet, Ronaldo, the 6-foot Brazilian rainbow boa, gave birth to 14 baby snakes, despite having had no contact with other snakes. Scientists say it's thanks to a rare phenomenon called parthenogenesis. Mm-hmm. But then it says Ronaldo, the male snake, has given birth
in to like sarcastic air quotes.
Yeah. Snake thought to be male gives birth to 14 snakes. I think that maybe the snakes
thought to be.
Look, we can never know the snake's gender because they can't tell us. But I think that the assigned sex at birth of the snake may have been incorrect. Oh, wow, gaslighting. We couldn't believe our eyes, exclaimed animal care technician Amanda McLeod. One of the students discovered the baby snakes during a routine vivarium check, and at first we thought she must have been mistaken. How dare.
Wow. Well, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
Thanks for mentioning it in the newspaper.
Also, there's pictures of the baby snakes, which maybe we will post. And first of all, they're so cute. And second of all, 14 is so many. Yeah. There's like the idea that she would be like, hey, there's 14 new snakes in Ronaldo's vivarium.
Like, shut up, Amanda,
like,
you fucking liar.
Like, you must have just thought you saw 14. When you look at this picture of what 14 baby snakes looks like, you cannot mistake anything for 14 baby snakes.
There's probably just 14 blades of grass, you idiot. Rest in peace, Charlotte, and rest in power to the male snake and his 14 sons.
Live long and prosper to Ronaldo and his 14 sons.
I agree.
Meagan, do you think I will ever parthenogenesis 14 baby snakes?
14 baby snakes? 14 baby snakes? Yes.
Great.
Human baby? No.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Rest in peace. We love you.
I do.
Charlotte. She got the freak. I don't know.
Charlotte.
Bum, 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 ba-dum.
Stay on the one.
Ooh, wriggly skin.
Okay.
Ooh, wriggly skin.
We have been avoiding bringing this, tainting the podcast with this piece of lore. Possibly the most important piece of Lindy and Meagan friendship lore that there is.
Yeah.
Our most infectious, contagious,
Yeah.
in a bad way,
Yeah.
disgusting pathogen.
Parentheses derogatory. It's not good.
Parentheses, attention, Dr. Fauci, please come out of retirement and find a vaccine. But we have to. It's gone on long enough. We've been restraining ourselves from mentioning this, and it's just not, it's not compatible with human life anymore. I have to be able to say it. So,
and this podcast is all about radical transparency.
Yeah, totally. So here's what happened. Early days of the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it the year 2000.
Yeah.
When you used to go to Blockbuster and pick out a videotape, and then you would take it home and you would watch it on your VCR.
Yes.
I don't remember why we ended up watching this, because I would never have picked this. We're both,
I don't know why we did either.
Famously sex negative. You know, it was also a time when, like, if your parents had rented something, you might as well watch it. Because, like, you know, like, maybe it was just like...
Maybe it was just around. Yeah.
For some reason, Meagan and I sat down and we watched The People versus Larry Flynt, starring Woody Harrelson and Courtney Love as Hustler magazine founder and free speech king,
I guess.
Larold Flint.
Yeah, that's his name. And Courtney Love was his wife or girlfriend?
I don't know. His partner.
Yeah.
So we sat down, we watched this movie. Kind of a good movie, I think. I haven't watched it since then, but I think
it won some awards.
Yeah, I remember being like, this is good. I'm pleased to know this information. It's sort of an important cultural moment in history, the adventures of Larry Flynt. So we're watching it, and like, you know, Larry has this sort of gradual fall from grace. Well, he's shot by a Christian protester who doesn't like his filth, I think.
Yeah.
I should have really looked this up. And he becomes paraplegic, and he's in a wheelchair. He gets addicted to heroin, which might have predated the shooting. I don't remember.
Anything's possible.
He loves heroin.
Loves it.
And Courtney Love sort of enables / takes care of him. And so it's her job to bring him his heroin when he yells, "More heroin, Courtney," you know?
And she's distressed about this, of course. And there's a scene where Larry is sort of writhing in bed, desperate need of more heroin. And she's a little bit at war with herself about whether or not she should give him more heroin.
She's reluctant, you know, because she really, their love is real. She really cares about him. Meagan and I are watching the movie. We get to this scene. And here's the dialogue that I remember. So Larry's like, "More heroin." And then Courtney Love says, "Larry, I already gave you twice your dose." And he's like, "No, I want more." And she says, "No, Larry, you're going to overdose." Okay. So that's what's said.
That's what she said.
Now, Meagan and I are watching this, and for some reason, Courtney Love says it weird.
I want to just back up really quick and say, if you want to win me over with the joke, say something kind of weird. That's the best form of comedy. It's like Bob Odenkirk pronouncing tattoo. Like, that's the kind of shit I'm about. Like, that's my vibe. Say something just a little bit weird, and you have me for life.
For the next 50 years.
For the next 50 years, I will stand you. I'll put whatever it was that you said on my tombstone. You know, like, that shit is funny to me.
Your tombstone.
My tombstone. And like, so the thing is, like, this character she plays doesn't have an accent. Is as far as she didn't play it with an accent in this movie.
Classic
anyways.
American corn-fed girl
lady,
you know.
But the way that we always felt that she said it,
just these two lines, nothing else in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's really, the rest of it is normal, and then this happens, and we lost it. And my recollection is we rewound it and watched it like 50 times, and the way we thought she said it was, "No, Larry, you're going to overdose."
Larry, I already gave you twice your dose.
You're going to overdose.
We were ruined. We were incapacitated. We were dead and in hell and in heaven at the same time. And then we proceeded to say, "No, Larry, you're going to overdose." No, Larry, you're going to overdose.
I don't think we use any other words at all. Except for "No, Larry, you're going." That became our entire language. There was a whole structure. There was like verb conjugations, and it was all wrapped up in "No, Larry, you're going to overdose."
Like, of course, like as we got farther away from having actually watched the film, it like morphed and evolved, and it got very ornate. "No, Larry, Larry, no, you're going to overdose.
You're going to overdose."
No, Larry, you're going to overdose.
Boys, oh no, death. And I feel like we lost friendships over this. We couldn't stop saying it. We couldn't stop just saying it over nothing. Like somebody would say, "Oh no," and we'd be like, "Oh no, Laddie, you're going to overdose." And everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up." And then you went to college, and then you infected all of college with, "No, Larry, you're gonna overdose."
Just from saying it myself. Not like I didn't show anyone the movie. I just was like, "Oh, there's this amazing scene where Courtney Love says, 'No, Larry, you're going to overdose,' for no reason."
I already gave you twice your dose.
She's just from Iowa, but then she says, "I already gave you twice your dose." It's not even a recognizable kind of accent. And I have this vivid memory of our friend Andrew. Years later, he was like, "Oh, I'm finally going to watch this movie and see the funniest line of all time." And then
at this point, it had been built up probably for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and and he messaged me on whatever we used then, AOL Instant Messenger probably, and was like, "No, she doesn't."
She says it totally normal.
She says it normal.
Problem. She says it.
No.
She just says, "No, Larry, you're going to overdose."
Why did you make me watch that movie?
Wasn't even that good of a movie.
Why did you say that? Why did you? Okay, but then plot twist, I reached out to Andrew and I was like, "Andrew, will you come on the podcast and tell that hilarious story about when Meagan and I planted a false memory of Courtney Love saying, 'No, Larry, you're going to overdose.' And then you went and watched it, and then you said, 'No, she didn't. She said it normal.'" And he was like, "I have no memory of that." So
things happen, okay?
So, here's what I'm saying. The books are not closed on this. If that was the false memory,
maybe
she didn't say it normal.
We don't know, and we're going to find out right now how she says it.
Okay.
Are you excited?
I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
It's the same as how I didn't want the dog grooming a peach pit mystery to be solved.
I know. I feel the exact same way, but I'm going to unplug my headphones and I'm going to play it.
Where are you going, baby?
I'm gonna get some ice cream. You want some?
I want some more.
Larry, I just gave you twice your dose.
Please, please, please.
Larry, you're gonna overdose.
I'm not gonna overdose. I'm in pain.
Larry, you're just doing this to get off.
More!
She says it weird.
She totally says it weird. It's not like overdose. But she does totally say it weird. She says like No, Larry, you're gonna overdose. She does say it weird.
She does say it weird. She does say it weird. She does say it weird. We're victorious. We emerge victorious. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna overdose from being right.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. The endorphins flooding my body.
Heroin.
Oh my God. Oh. Please. Meagan. I need more. Actually, we're sitting around. I want to ask people to like write in and say on a scale of 0 to no, Larry, you're going to overdose. How weird do you think she says it?
Yeah. Would you be disappointed to watch that scene after having had overdose built up for you over 3? Like, what's your scale of disappointment?
Yeah.
Let us know.
We deserve to be high on life right now, celebrating our victory?
That's a really fair question.
Yeah.
You can call or text us.
Pod tax.
7. Ooh. Oh, we haven't done that in a while. Pod tax. Oof. The O's are zeros. 703-829-0003, or send us an email, deartextmeback@gmail.com, and let us know how right we are or not right we are. Let us know.
Yeah. This is not just an inside joke from 25 years ago. This has a life of its own, to the point where, like, my spouse, Aham, when something bad happens in the news, like say the president fell down a flight of stairs or whatever, Aham, guarantee you 100%, Aham would say, "No, Larry," and he doesn't even know what that's from. But like Larry, we just talk about Larry. Like, Larry has become the guy from the phrase, and the phrase is no longer even from the movie. Larry has taken on a life of his own.
Yeah, there are 2 Larrys now.
I'm never gonna give Larry back. Like, I'm not giving this up. It's important to me to be able to say no, Larry.
So now you have bonus segment.
I have a bonus segment because this segment is ultimately about vindication and what you thought you heard, and then doubting yourself, and then being proven right. So we're chit-chatting about big pop stars and like who we've seen in concert and was it good. And we have a friend staying with us, so there's like a kind of a full house. We're all sitting around chit-chatting, and I say, does anyone remember early COVID, crack of dawn of COVID, when everyone's freaked out, we're in lockdown, we're in quarantine, everyone's like, the world's ending, nobody knows what to do, nobody's figured out live streaming yet because like we didn't have to before, and then all the celebrities did a thing. They're like, we're gonna do a live stream thing where we're gonna reassure the public that everything's fine and they need to support their healthcare workers. And so you got Posh and Bex, and they're like, we love our healthcare workers. They give a little speech, and then they're like, and now the big star of the night to sing a song live for all of you and all of the essential workers and whatever. It's Sir Elton John. And then they cut to Elton John on a live stream, like from his yard. He's like wheeled his piano out into his driveway. And then Elton John, who I love, proceeds to do the most bad performance of anything that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm telling this story to the group, and clearly like nobody has any idea what I'm talking about. And I start to like lose confidence, and I start to trail off because I know Aham and I watched it together. So I was expecting Aham to be like, oh yeah. And then like gas me up. But instead it's just silence. And all I'm describing is like one time Elton John did kind of a bad performance. And everyone's like, wow, this story is a fucking dud. And I am like, I'm dying inside. And I start to be like, I mean, never mind. I don't know. And then I'm like, I swear it was really bad. I look it up on my phone. And I'm like, I'm just going to take the gamble. And I set my phone up so everyone can see. They've all moved on. And I just hit play at max volume. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're watching this thing now. And it's a huge gamble.
Yeah,
I put my life on the line, Meagan.
I know.
And then from the first note, what comes out of this man is the craziest thing I've ever heard. And I'm going to send it to you right now, and I would like you to watch it, and then I would like us to talk about it. Okay.
Sir Elton John.
You can never know what
He
it's
said,
like.
"Here,
Like when
What
just like ice to the corner, lonely like the
What
sun
is
from you.
going
You
on?
direct, you hide behind that mask you use. And get the things fool never wet. Look at me, I'm a coming back again. Got a taste of love in a simple way. You need to know I'm still standing. You just fade away.
I'm gonna overdose.
Still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my tummy hurts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What a payoff.
God bless you.
It was
Thank you.
again. I was going to overdose. It was.
Oh my
It was pure heroin into my freaking neck, and not to reference yet again the Little Rascals. But why does he say I'm Tiltandon?
Tiltandon.
Over and over, he says I'm Tiltandon.
Oh,
It's giving Eddie Murphy.
Ties. Feet time.
who did this and
I don't
why? And
I don't know.
why?
And it was like, I can't tell you. I think I watched like the whole live stream, and it was like this build up to like at the end, Elton John. I think Elton John hosted the live stream, and it was like Elton John's going to play at the end. And then there was all this anticipation. And then that happened. And that's remarkable. That's not just like, oh, there was no sound guy. And so
No, that's something went wrong from the diaphragm to the mouth. Like something malfunctioned, cellularly there.
I'm Tiltandon.
I'm Tiltandon.
Yeah, you really like, I can't make out a single word. It really is like,
Jesus Christ.
So
why he do that?
I don't know.
Why he do that?
To this day, never been explained.
Oh.
And I don't hear people talk about it, and it is lodged in here in my brainstem.
Well, now it's going to be a different kind of pandemic because you've infected everyone with
and we've infected the Text Me Backalites with no lady.
I already gave you twice your dose.
No, Larry. It's like there's sort of like two versions, because there's like the Antonio Banderas version.
Yes. Like the Legend of Zorro.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's like no, Larry, I already gave you twice your dose, which I don't even know what that is.
Maybe it's like a sort of Midwestern thing that came out wrong.
Right.
I should try to do like a Midwestern lilt or something.
Yeah, she's trying to do an accent.
Well, you're the ones who asked for more friendship lore, and you got it, baby. And now you're gonna overdose. Text me back. Well, Lindy.
Well, Meagan.
Well, Larry.
Well, Larry. Oh, no. Now that Larry's been introduced, I'm never going to say Meagan again.
This podcast will not gain more listeners.
Well, Larry, we done it again.
We overdosed again.
You know, we record on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Little behind the curtain peep for all you peeping toms. And it's not a good idea, by the way, to peep behind the curtain of a BBW where she keeps all of her business secrets.
Where she's doing her business.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
But we're going to give you this one for free. So we record on Thursdays, which is the day that the new episodes drop. So just like to say it's 11:22 a.m. The new episode's been out for almost 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't received a single Snake of the Week jingle.
What the fuck?
We requested Snake of the Week jingles, and the cupboard is bare. The inbox is empty, and does it take more than 12 hours for a genius to write a jingle? I don't think
Excuse
so.
me. I know some of you make music for a living.
Yeah.
You're going to disrespect me like this.
Do your job for free for us.
Do your volunteer job right now. If you send us a Snake of the Week jingle and you don't live in Australia, I will send you a signed poster, text me back poster. Like a composed jingle. Okay.
Do you want to explain why you said Australia?
Yeah. Actually, first let me look up her name. We should just do it now on the show.
Yeah.
It's not even as good as okay. Yes, here she is. Okay. The reason I made that joke is as follows. We did a giveaway for signed Text Me Back posters earlier this year, and we just picked some Patreon subscribers at random just as a thank you for subscribing to the podcast and ideally as a way to get more people to subscribe. By the way, if you're not subscribed to our Patreon, please help us out. Patreon.com/textmebackpod.
Yeah, there will be more poster giveaways in the future.
You never know what we might get up to. And here's what happened. When you sign up for the Patreon, we don't ask for your address or anything like that, but we can see like your name and email or whatever. So I picked 20 people at random, and one person, a queen named Kathleen O'Connor from Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia, was one of the winners. So she sent me her address, and I was like, how difficult could it be to send a poster to Australia? It's the 21st century. It's the year 2024. Surely you can send mail to Australia. So I tried, Kathleen. I went to the post office and everything. And the man yelled at me a lot about lots of things that I did wrong for everyone's poster. So hopefully everyone else got their posters, people who live in the United States. But he yelled at me the most about your poster, Kathleen. He said, "This is going to Australia?" Like he was disgusted that I would even suggest sending mail to Australia. And I was like, yeah, it's going to Toowoomba, Queensland. I think we can see from my handwriting. He's like, no. You can't do this. You got to fill out a customs form. You got to get a special container for this. And I was like, I'm not sending Johnny Depp's dogs. I'm just sending a fucking poster.
Do not illegally send posters into Australia.
So I was like, whoa. And it was like really expensive, and I had to do a bunch of paperwork, and I was like, much love to Kathleen, who I am willing to crown our number one top Text Me Back line as an apology for not being able to send you the poster. So I hope that this is just as good. We love you, Kathleen.
Maybe we should send Kathleen a PDF of the poster and Venmo her $10 to get it printed.
Yes.
I would.
Kathleen, if you're into that, let me know.
Yeah.
And we'll do it because we love you. And we're really, really sorry that your government hates posters.
Meagan, I don't know if you looked up Toowoomba, but it's gorgeous. And it got me thinking that we should do a Text Me Back tour of Australia.
Yeah. If you're a Text Me Back-alite in Australia.
And a podcast tour booker, let us know.
Let us know. We'll go there. If they let us in.
If they let us in.
Jesus.
With all of our posters.
First, Lindy has to get her passport back. then we'll
Actually,
go.
I literally do have to get my passport back specifically to go to Australia because I promised my mother. You're invited, by the way.
Oh, can I come?
Yes! I promised my mother that I would go with her to Australia to visit my cousin.
I've never met that cousin.
And my other
Julian.
cousin. Yeah, Julian. And my other cousin in New Zealand, Alex.
No, Alex moved to New Zealand.
Alex moved to New Zealand. And Julian lives in Sydney. I know. This freaking Australia Grand Tour is scheduled for next spring. So I gotta get that passport back. Or can you imagine how mad my mommy would be at me
I
again?
actually can't imagine how mad she would be if you don't get your passport back by then. So Kathleen, we love you.
Kathleen, I'll bring you a poster when I come
Yes.
to Toowoomba in spring 2025. Or it might be fall, I can't remember. Okay? Okay.
We'll
It's
see
a
you
deal.
there, Kathleen. And we love you, and we're really sorry. You are listening to this episode on Thursday, July 11th. On Sunday, July 13th, the very first episode of Too Shrill, Too Furious, Portland Drift will be airing on our Patreon. It's a Patreon exclusive. So you have to be a member. You have to subscribe. Patreon.com/textmebackpod so that you can watch it. We recorded a few. The very first episode is actually not about any of the episodes. But it's so interesting. It's like a prologue about how Lindy got the show made and the writing of the book. And we think you will really like it. So please subscribe.
This is the only place, our Patreon is the only place that you're going to get this kind of detailed inside info. And I feel like I've been dropping some behind the scenes golden nuggets, don't you think?
They're really, really good. And I'm super excited to watch seasons 2 and 3 for the very first time. But the behind the scenes stuff is great. And like you have all of the secret behind the scenes knowledge. So it's really fun. And we hope you enjoy.
And I'm also, I'm being a little spicier than I planned to be. Like, I feel like I'm dropping a couple of little critiques of my own show. Like I found myself being like, in retrospect, this character doesn't make any sense. So if you want to know the secrets of what I do and don't like about my own show, I'm doing a tell-all.
Tantalizing.
Only on our Patreon. Text Me Back Patreon. Patreon.com/textmebackpod. So please
check it out, bitch.
Follow. We love you. Oh, also, if you're listening to this on July 11th, happy anniversary to me.
Oh, I was going to say, it's 7-Eleven. You get a free Slurpee.
That's why I picked that day for my wedding. It's my favorite holiday. Free Slurpee day for my favorite store, 7-Eleven.
Anniversary,
Thank
queen.
you. I did it.
You can celebrate by eating a Slurpee, I think.
Oh, God, I love a fucking Slurpee.
So good. I love to combo the cherry and the Coke.
Oh,
so good. Oh, God, I haven't had a Slurpee in so long. I got to go get one.
Maybe 2 nights that night.
Should we stop recording and go get some Slurpees?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Bye, bitch.
The nearest one is an hour away from me.
See you there.
Thank you so much for listening to Text Me Back. If you like the show, please tell your best friend about us. Be sure to rate and review us. It helps people find the show. And most importantly, please support our Patreon so we can keep making this. It's patreon.com/textmebackpod. Text Me Back is a production of Meagan and Lindy, proud members of the BFF network. Our senior producer is Megan Hatcher-Mays. Our other senior producer is me. Our show is supported by Co-Pilot Collective and produced by Allie Slice. Our digital strategist is Chance Nichols.
Diana Bowen is our video and creative wizard. Our production team includes Lindy West, Megan Hatcher-Mays, our loves, our anxieties, and our fears.
Our music is by Chief Ahamefule J. Oluo.
Special thanks to our perfect angels, Jeannie Yandel, Brandy Fullwood, and Isolde Raftery.
I'm Lindy West.
And I'm Megan Hatcher-Mays. See you next week. Mwah!